What is up, you guys? CeCe Clemons, aka Vibin' Weirdo. May 2024 movies ranked. May was an interesting month. There were only a few movies that I really thoroughly enjoyed. Other movies were kind of meh, cool, or just yeah. So of course the ranking is IMAX, full price, matinee, stream, skip, start playing.
Shame.
Okay. All right. So first movie that I saw was Tarot, doesn't matter. I actually ended up enjoying this movie way more than I anticipated. It was definitely funny on some parts. The story also worked for me too, how they connected things together. On this one, I felt like they went straight into business, so there wasn't a ton of character development to really care for the people that were dying, unfortunately. But I understood why. Some motivations like behind the killing didn't really make sense to me. They usually don't. In most scary movies. It's like, really? Like, for real? This why you, okay, cool. A lot of stupid, don't do that, don't go there moments, which is expected. But, you know, this just is getting played out, as you'll see with the other movie I'll be mentioning for this month. Yeah, I thought this was going to be very whack or sucky kind of thing, but I walked out with a smile on my face. The most important thing for me with any scary movie is conflict resolution, and then a story behind like what's going on. So this provided that for me for sure. While I did enjoy it, would I say you have to go to your movie theater to watch something like this? Unfortunately, no. It was fun, but nothing that you would just need to go to a movie theater for. It's probably not even theaters at this point. But with that being said, for Tarot, we're going to put that on stream. Immediately stream. Yes, yes, yes. It's a good time. Definitely would recommend to watch it. Just check it out at home.
He's nice, but not so much amazing.
All right, and the next one is The Fall Guy with Ryan Reynolds and I know your name. I'm acting like I don't know your name.
Shame.
Emily Blunt. Go get it together. I had a fun time with this. This was a really fun movie. I love the stunt action here. Definitely pay respect to stuntmen and like the behind the scenes work that goes into film. Emily and Ryan had great chemistry. They're both hilarious. I love both of them. They're very funny in my opinion. And I overall had a great experience. The main issue with this is it was drawn out. There was times I'm like, okay, let's go ahead and wrap this up. You know, even though it was a good movie. Now, no parts of it were boring at all. Everything was worked and you understood why it was there, but it was just felt drawn out. Probably could have shaved a good 15-20 minutes off of it. That could have helped. That could also help the general audience want to come out and watch it more. This movie has not even been out for a full 30 days and it's already on streaming. That is kind of outrageous. There's no hope for cinema if we're gonna keep doing that. But overall, fun movie. Actually, the thing I liked the most was Emily Blunt's her costume, the costume design. Like all her outfits, I was like, I like that. I'm like, I kind of want to wear that. So very funny, very very solid movie. Definitely would recommend that you go to the movies to watch this. Is this worth full price though? Unfortunately, I'm gonna have to put this on matinee. Yeah, I'll have to put that on matinee. It's a great movie. It's fun, but due to the length of time with it, and it's already on streaming, but if I were to just overall give a recommendation, I would say matinee. Watch it, but just watch it early in the day because the movie is a little thick. Not too thick. There's definitely thicker movies, but that's a little thick for the type of content that it was giving us. All right, and next, ooh, yikes. All right, y'all, the next one is Not Another Church Movie. Oh boy. This, unfortunately, is probably one of the worst movies I've seen. And you know, it takes a lot. It takes a lot for me to say that. When I saw the picture, obviously, if you look at the picture, you kind of know what you're getting into. I didn't realize it was a spoof movie until I was actually actively watching it. It's a Tyler Perry spoof, which actually sounds like a good idea. Had Jamie Foxx in here, Mickey Rourke. And the best part of this movie was Jamie Foxx. He was hilarious. He definitely did his thing. But as a whole, this movie was just bad, y'all. There was only 2 other people that were in my showing, and they left. Like after about 40 minutes into it, maybe earlier, maybe sooner than that, they just left. And I couldn't blame them. I couldn't blame him at all. If I didn't just love the movie going experience, I probably would have left too. I love that they had Tisha Campbell in there. She's absolutely my childhood from Martin and My Wife and Kids. I love her. So I just had a big smile on my face watching her. Kyla Pratt as well. Watched her growing up. So that was fun. That was cute. But overall as a movie, it was just bad. It was funny on some parts. There were some parts where I laughed. But I found myself laughing like at how dumb a lot of things were. Like, okay, wow. Unfortunately, that for me is going to get a skip. Like, me even saying that is hard because I generally like to say, hey, watch movies you want to watch, support film, support cinema, but this one is just not good. And yeah, I would definitely skip it. If you feel like you're not going to have a good time with it, you're not. I watched it because I'm a movie crackhead. That's what I do. That one didn't give me my fix, unfortunately. So that's all for Not Another Church Movie. The next one shall be Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes. So y'all already know. I was pretty excited for this. My dad was. This is one of his favorite movie series that he's watched. Actually put me on. This movie was absolutely incredible. The CGI, like, I'm just like, while I was watching it, I was just amazed. Like, this ain't real. Like, it's just incredible work there. Now, for me personally, it was definitely a slower pace because this is in a setting after Caesar, like many years after Caesar. So this is a new era in a way, and this is where it's Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes. Like, they're taking over at this point. It is what it is. Humans are the roles have reversed. There was personally for me a little more to be desired from the humans. I know that you got the woman here, or the woman here on the cover, but that's probably why I didn't land with some of the general audience members more, like just to have that connection, that relatability. And a little bit more as far as action, certain fight scenes. I love amazing, well-shot fight scenes. This had some in there, but it wasn't crazy. I'm just the action junkie, so that's fine. Didn't bother me. I love how they tied everything together with the prior films to the point where you don't have to watch them to understand what's going on. They kind of lay it out for you and explain it. And I love that they went that route for this. Like, my baby sister, she's 14. She hadn't watched any other prior ones, and she understood what was going on for the part she stayed awake on. Woohoo. At the time, right after, I didn't feel like IMAX was necessary for what I saw. Like, there's great effects, obviously, but it's not a lot of, like, crazy explosions and fighting and music that I felt like were needed or necessary for IMAX. But as far as how beautiful it was shot and the music and the sounds, yes, definitely something for IMAX. Freya, she was incredible as May. She did a great job. I know the only other project I've seen her in is The Witcher. And I'm glad to see her in this other role. She killed it. She was amazing, and I hope to see her in future films. So with that being said, for Planet of the Apes, I'm gonna put that at full price. IMAX was great. I just didn't feel like it was enough going on for me to say, yeah, this is why this is in IMAX. I might just be tripping, but I'll put it in between full price and IMAX. So for now, I'll just say full price. Absolutely incredible film. Highly, highly recommend you watch that. All right, next one is The Strangers Chapter 1. Oh my Jesus. So, I mean, if you just look at that picture, that looks great. I'm invested just by that alone. Madeline, however you say her name, is in there. She did good. I think considering what she was given, she did a fantastic job. But unfortunately, this just didn't do it for me. This did not work for me. The best word I would use to describe this is overconfident. Because what sucked is it had great things going for it. It was captured well. Great acting, as I mentioned, for Madeline. It's just that story was not executed well. It just did not work for me. And I just found myself just more irritated than the norm with certain decisions that were made. Yes, if we've watched the prior films, we know how Strangers works. People coming to tease you, taunt you until they just murder you, right? That's the whole thing with the mask. Cool. We know that. But on this one, it was just repetitive and irksome. Like, it was really good. It's like, this is played out. Like, it's 2024, please. Let's stop making these same stupid, dumb choices over and over and over and over and over again. It was really annoying. And it's probably just a build up from seeing that from prior scary movies, especially Tarot earlier this month. It's like, y'all, it's time to change it up, do something else.
Don't do that. Do something else.
What was the best part, the funniest part about this movie is at the very end, everyone, like almost everyone sucked their teeth. Like when it ended, you heard a collective. It was so funny. That was actually the highlight of it for me. Because we all were on the same page. The way that goes back to the overconfident. Like the way they ended that is like, y'all think people gonna want to watch another one? That's what you think? Well, I found that they are actually releasing the second one later this fall, which is crazy. Like, that's amazing. Wonderful. But it's like, what? I'm glad they're releasing it. They already have it in the works. Because if they would have waited to see if this would fund it or get support, it would not do the trick. It would not do the job at all. So I'm glad they already have that in motion. I really like the post-credit scene because that does set things up for the next chapter. That made me excited. It's like, okay, now we see something a little different. So that does have me very intrigued for the next one. But they better deliver on that, because if it's going to be like this, it's just, they may as well not just cancel it all together. I think there's going to be 3 chapters. I don't know. I just hope the second and third chapter are great. They don't have to be amazing. I just hope they're good enough to redeem us from this, because this was not the vibe. He did okay, but nothing like, I didn't really feel too bad for the guy. He was very annoying. She did great. So Strangers, I'm going to put that on stream. I still think it's something to watch, but let's not go to the movie theaters for that. That's going to be a streaming one. All right. The next one is If. Now, If, I knew I wasn't going to like it like that when I saw the trailer. It's not something that I felt was made for me. But I watched it anyways. Baby sis wanted to. That's how I get down. That's how he does it. Okay? Don't play. And I'll say it was good. It was a really good film. Definitely more structured for kids. It's something for kids to watch with their parents. Yeah, very creative. The graphics were really good. It did a great job with the CGI. That's actually what I was most impressed with, was how well the animated characters blended in with the real world. They did a really great job making that look good. Because that's something that's difficult to do. Having animated characters, well, they're not 2D, so that helps. But having them blend well with so many of them in the real world, they did a really fantastic job. And the acting was great too. Like, there was it's like sometimes you can tell like they're not really looking at the character. Like, you could tell there's a prop. But between the director and the acting, they did a great job of really selling it to make you feel like they were really looking at these people or characters and talking to them. So great job on both ends there. You know, what I didn't appreciate is how emotional it made me on some parts. Like, wait, whoa, what is this? This is not what I came here for. This is not supposed to happen. That happened like once or twice, but that was just because there were a few shots that were so, they were just so beautiful and touching that I couldn't help but to be a little moved by it. So, it was a solid film. Not something I will watch again, but it's cute. It's cute. So with that being said, for If, something I would just watch at home with the family, call it a good old day. And that's it. All right, next is the Garfield movie. So unlike If, I really didn't want to watch this at all, to be honest. Just seeing the trailers and all that, I'm like, yeah, this is not made for me, and that's okay. That's okay. Not every movie is made for CeCe to enjoy, and that's just fine. But it ended up being a family movie. We watched over the holiday weekend. It was fine. I liked the way it was animated. I think Chris Pratt did great as Garfield. The story was cool. It was fine. I didn't have a great time with it because it just was not my cup of tea. I've never been into Garfield. Don't think I will be. No hate towards the guy, but it just never worked for me. But what's funny is it did influence me, because after I got some spaghetti. I got some spaghetti. It definitely made me want Italian food. So great job to them for that. The crowd seemed to enjoy it. Parents, kids, they laughed. My father, he loved it. He's a Garfield fan. Sisters enjoyed it. I just thought it was a meh experience. So for me personally, Garfield could have been a good old skip. Now, if you're unlike me and you like these type of films that is kind of set for kids, or you like Garfield, I would definitely do a stream on this, or possibly matinee. But for me personally, I'm gonna give that a skip. Okay, Back to Black it's a biopic about Amy Winehouse. Now, getting into this, I've only heard a few of her songs. I've never been like a fan of hers. Heard about her death and all that, which was sad, but never really looked into her or cared too much for her. But that's why I love movies like this. Like, let me get a different perspective. Let's see. And the film was, for what it was, not tracking Amy Winehouse's life, I thought it was fine. Certain scenes were really well shot. At the end of the movie, I actually wanted to look at some footage that were used in the or referenced in the movie, and I'm telling you, like, spot on. Like, really great job on the directing with capturing the moment as close to the original as possible. I think the actress Marissa did as great as she could, considering what she had to work with. But yeah, it was really good. I guess I didn't like that it just leaned more into the negative aspects of her life, as far as her relationship and drug usage, alcoholism. Obviously, that was a big part, which ultimately led to her passing, but I just felt like maybe they leaned on that bit too much. It was like a very big focus. I just felt like there could have been a little more depth added to her character. But overall, it was fine. I had a good time with it. But for this one, I would say it's a stream. I found that people that are fans of Amy Winehouse hated this. They really didn't like this at all. But overall, I had a good time with it. So yeah, I would say I would recommend that as a stream. All right, y'all. And last but not least, we have to say the best for last, y'all. Furiosa. Oh my God. Like a week up until I kept saying Furiosa. And ready, steady, go. I just love it. I just love that they lean into the Australian accent. And that's actually what made this movie incredible. So let me tell you something, okay? Let me tell you, this movie is freaking amazing. I watched Mad Max Fury Road. I didn't get the chance to watch that at theaters. I don't know exactly what was going on in my life in 2015. But thinking back, I didn't go to the movies as much. And I wouldn't go alone. So, but anyways, I didn't get the chance to watch Fury Road at theaters when it came out. And I really regretted that. When I saw it at home, when it was on digital, I was like, this is incredible. Man, I wish I would have watched this at the movies. So I was not going to miss that opportunity. I did watch Fury Road on Max before, like a day or two. I finished it a day or two before I watched Furiosa. Absolutely drove an hour to watch that in IMAX. Stop playing with me. What are you talking about? I don't want to overhype this, but y'all, this has got to be one of the best, if not the best prequel that I have seen. Chris Hemsworth was phenomenal as Dementus. He just completely transformed himself into this role. He needs to act in his native accent, his Australian accent, way more. He probably does, but I haven't seen those projects. His more mainstream, bigger projects, I don't hear that. Yeah, I need to let him be great and just act in his natural accent, because the way he transformed this character in this movie was amazing. And this has got to be my personal favorite villain act to date. Like, to have a villain that's likable, even though there's terrible villain, that's incredible writing and incredible acting work. There was just a level of charisma he added to Dementus that you just don't normally get when you're looking at a villain. We didn't get this in Mad Max Fury Road. It was very like cut and dry, but this one he had a lot more layers and depth to him, and he just ate this role up. He needs to be nominated for some type of special award for this, because yeah, amazing work. And also his chemistry with Anya Furiosa was really great too. You could see and feel like kind of the love-hate type of relationship they have. And if you haven't seen it, you'll once you watch, you'll get more information as to why. But yeah, Anya was incredible. I would have liked if she was a little more she had a little more meat on her bones. Not like, ooh, eat a burger. Not like that, but I just think for that world she was in, she would have been a little more beefed up. Not a lot, but just a little bit. Kind of like Charlize was in Fury Road. But it wasn't enough to bother me. That's the only gripe I would have. Everything else was phenomenal and damn near perfect. I did not feel that this movie was 2.5 hours. It was so greatly paced. It's like you got your action, then it's character development, you know, slow it down a little bit. Action, okay, let's do this, and then boom, boom. It's like a wonderful roller coaster ride of ups and downs, and it balanced very well to the point where, and I'm like, oh snap, it's been 2.5 hours. That's what's up. Yeah, this was a fun ride, pun intended. Get it? Because they be riding all the time. Fury Road. Okay, cool. And this was shot so well. The driving scenes, the fighting scenes, the music, everything about this was so good. This was a really great prequel because it goes over Furiosa from beginning to the point where we, to the point where we go into Fury Road. I'm talking childhood. It's not like a 5-second hi bye. They really go through it. You see what type of person Furiosa is, where she comes from, and how she becomes this wonderful person that she is in Fury Road. And I wouldn't say that you have to watch Fury Road before this, because it is a prequel at the end of the day. But I would highly recommend. I would say go ahead and watch Fury Road before, because what it does is it adds more significance to her story and her journey. It's just so good, and how things connect to Fury Road is awesome. I can absolutely see why this got they said it got like a several minute like standing ovation at the opening, and I can see why. Incredible work. I'm about to end this video and leave to watch it again. I'm gonna still relax for another business week. I said 2, it's been about 1 business week, and we'll wait another business week. This is definitely one of my favorite action movies. It's absolutely up there. Fury Road is incredible too. It's up there as well, and definitely one of my favorite movies of the year. So far, we got Godzilla and Kong in this. I feel like I'm having more of a personal tie to this one. We're gonna see after that second rewatch, but yeah, this was incredible. If you don't watch another movie this year, you probably gonna watch Deadpool and Beetlejuice or something. But if you don't watch another one, like, definitely watch this. Absolutely, highly recommend. My sister, she's 14. She has not watched Fury Road before this. She watched it after, and she loved it. She had a great time with it. She didn't fall asleep. That was really great news for them. So it's something that kids can watch. Yes, it's rated R. There's a lot of violence. There's some language in there, but nothing sexual. Just like Fury Road, like you can imagine like how things are. They don't show anything or make any crazy jokes about it or anything like that. So yeah, solid movie. Absolutely loved it. As you can probably tell, immediately IMAX. Stop playing. Overall, the month was okay. It was pretty meh for some movies, but some really big ones like King of the Planet of the Apes and absolutely Furiosa. As a movie junkie myself, I still had a great time. Let me know what your rankings are in the comments and your thoughts. Don't forget to like and subscribe as always. Drink your water, stop playing with them, stay hydrated. How many times must I tell you? Okay. And that's all, you guys. Have a great day. Peace.
Sure you can!